Hello and welcome back to Brick World, my Lego City project here on YouTube. Welcome to the international channel here in the cleaned up room, and today we are going to make the biggest update yet, the biggest update so far here on that area here at the train tracks. We are going to add some new base plates, we are going to add so many new bricks and plates, we are going to add so many new details, some new light. It's going to be a very big update, so stay tuned and look what we have today in that update. Right at the beginning we are going to do that stuff we have not done in the last update in that area. We're going to add all the little details, and here in that last train track, it's the 8th track here on that railroad station. We are going to have later 8 different tracks and platforms here in that area. I think it's one of the biggest YouTube train station projects I have seen, so yeah, we're adding here all that little stuff. We're adding these little 1x1 tiles. We're adding the 1x4 tiles, all in light bluish gray, to have that concrete look of modern railroad tracks. And after that, we're going to add some new stuff. That means we're going to add some new base plates to finish up some of the work that's missing here on that area. But before that, we are going to add our wall we built in one of the last updates back to its place. Now we can fully integrate it, because the module with the train tracks has a little bit an overlap to the next module, so we can just move the wall module below it, and then we can push that little places of one plate overhang, so everything is connected. Yeah, very good, and it all holds. Next is we're going to work at that switch area. That means I just have added one of these big gray 48 by 48 base plates, and now I have to build the underground layer. This means I have to add a lot of tiles here. You can see it here, and to make it possible to have that train track, it's not in the 90-degree area to add. But what's in the 90-degree grid is that I can add here the straight track on the other side. That's the easiest part, but in a moment we are going to add the curved part back. That means it's just laying on that tiles, and it's just connected with the other train track, so it's quite focused on its place. And we're also adding some more plates in dark bluish gray everywhere, because that's the foundation of that area here where the train tracks are placed. That's a very good color, I think, for that. You also can see that I have drilled a hole into the base plate also on the table, so we can add the lighting system here. It says a cable coming from under the table, and now we just lay our train tracks above it, so it's not visible for everybody from above, and we have that connector laying there. Here's a very good example how I can still use very old and very dirty base plates. There's even missing some part here on the edge, but that's not a problem, because I can use them still as a foundation or for my model sets for that big new model we are going to build today. It has a size of 48 by 96 studs. It's a very big model, but not the biggest one in my city. But as you can see here, we are going to build at every stud, so it's not a problem to have that dirty old base plate. Now we are going to add some new light. That means I'm going to build one of these very big lamp posts here. It's not a very complicated design, but I can use the round bricks with that hole inside to include my cables running down, and here you can see it. I have placed it. It's the same design as we have did sometimes before here in the background, and I can connect it right to my connector here laying on the side, and I also add a 50 centimeter long cable that's running to that location right here, because we still need some more light in that area later. And all the tracks are going to be placed on the cable. There's also adding some more plates on the cable. That's a very nice system, because the cables are so small that we can build over it when they are laying between the studs. Also can see that I'm adding that little 1x1 tiles and 1x4 tiles on the tracks. That's what you now see. These are cable tunnels. I don't know if that's the right English word. That's where cables on real train tracks are inside the ground, and there are the cables running, for example, the switches or for everything else. And that's how we can add some new posts for our overhead line. That's the same design I did some time ago, and yeah, it makes it much more realistic in my opinion, because it's that I look it in the reality. I'm also adding some more little parts like these dark green and dark brown plates to make the ground a little bit more realistic. I'm also adding some more plants. Here's an old bicycle that's just here laying, it's like trash. I'm also adding some other stuff like these little 1x1 tiles in white. It's also trash. Also adding some more rabbits, because in Germany, you often have rabbits on train track areas. I don't know if that's also in other countries. You can write it in the comments if you know it. And now we are adding the missing parts here of or on that model. That means we have to add some more plates in dark bluish gray to fully fill up every part of that model. We are not going to make all the details on that model today, because I already used a lot of time, also a lot of bricks in today's update. As I said, it's one of the biggest updates ever made on the train area, but still we can add some more details here in between those two tracks. That means a lot of little 1x1 plates in dark bluish gray and other little stuff, also adding some more plants. And as you can see, I've removed the posts, because it's not so easy to build here in that area when there are these big posts, standing. Also, we can now look how it looks in the night. As you see, we have done a big part here in that area. When you go back to the start of today's video, you can see how much have changed and how much I have added in today's update. It's very big update, but we have still a lot of work to do in that area. Even the areas on the left, on the right side, there's not anything really done except of laying out the train tracks. But it's going on, it's on a good way, I think. We have to add some more details here. You can see that the cable is just laying here, but that's something for a future update. As always, you can write in the comments, what do you think of today's update? Do you have any ideas for the future? What do you think what we can add in that area? What do you want to be done in the future? We still have to add some more stuff on here in the background. There needs to be the rest of that wall built. But as everything else, that's not for today's update. That's something for the future. And as we are going here back with the camera, you can see how it looks at the moment. So, bye!